Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Understanding Behavior live stream. My name is Nick. If you're not familiar, if you don't know me, well, I'm Nick. Yep, cool. Anyway, today we have a special presentation. We are going over schedules of reinforcement. It looks like Kia Bray in chat is from Colorado. Also from Colorado. We're here in Denver streaming. But yeah, it should be really cool stuff. Schedules of reinforcement I know is one of those topics that a lot of students struggle with. So we're going to give you everything that you need to know today. If you were in Facebook, you might have seen that next week I'm actually going to be out on vacation. So there's not going to be a Thursday live stream next week. We'll still have Monday and Wednesday with Crystal and Molly, but I will not be doing a Thursday stream, so just heads up on that. And because of that, I thought it might be fun to maybe do some extra giveaways tonight. So we'll have to do double giveaways to make up for next week. So why don't we just add some reinforcement for arriving early, and why don't we just start off with a giveaway? How does that sound, crew? Does that sound cool? Should we do that? All right. Well, if you're not familiar with our products, definitely check them out on understandingbehavior.shop. We'll give away some cool stuff today. I think we'll split up some giveaways throughout. How about for our first giveaway, we'll give away either Beat the Beast 1, Beat the Beast 2, or the fluency questions. And then later in this stream, especially if we meet some goals on the like counter, maybe we'll give away a super ultimate mock bundle, which comes with both of our full mocks as well as our mini mock package. So I'm going to have to see a lot of likes on the video to give away that, but I think we can get there tonight. So if you haven't pushed that like button yet, that really helps us support the channel. But yeah, let's start this off with a giveaway. So if you win this giveaway right now, you'll win either a copy of Beat the Beast 1, Beat the Beast 2, or the fluency exam question. So let me pull up our random number generator and we'll get this going. Yeah, Asia was asking about how you get notifications for the Monday and Wednesday live sessions. So if you are subscribed to our email list, all you need to do is visit the shop and then click this pink box over here and then sign up for emails. You'll get notified of those groups and then you'll get the links to those groups as well. Also, if you're on Facebook, we have our Understanding Behavior Power Preppers group. We have in our events tab here, we have all of our presentations and events scheduled here. Unfortunately, it's not letting us invite as many people as we used to be able to. So we're trying to find new ways to notify you guys of these events because they're really awesome and worthwhile to join in on. But if you do happen to miss those events, we do have the option to purchase the previous recordings and notes from those sessions. It's 5 weeks access for just $20 on the shop. So cool that we have that option for y'all now. And you can also access those on the Understanding Behavior app. So super cool stuff. All right, let's do this giveaway. So yeah, if you want to participate for this first giveaway, we're giving away, again, either one of these 3 products. It'll be your choice if you are the winner. We'll select a number between 1 and 500. Let's start seeing those. You guys know the drill. Already seeing those in chat. All right. What you guys got? Also know that the Monday and Wednesday sessions, those are actually on Zoom. They're not on YouTube. So yeah, if you want to get the recordings, purchasing this package is the only way to do that. Or you can just attend live for free too. All right, sweet. Lots of people participating. Love to see it. Lots of people here tonight already, coming early. Cool. We'll give you guys another 10-15 seconds and we'll pick this one. Also, also, another really exciting thing happening in the Understanding Behavior camp is we're working on a more comprehensive course that is going to teach you everything about behavior analysis that you need to know for the exam. We're just started recording that now. It's going to be really long, so we've got some work to do, but I'm hoping to get that out to you guys by mid-March, and it's really cool. You guys are going to love it. I can't wait to share it with y'all. All right, let's go ahead. We're going to pick this number. We're going to make Chiquise the last participant here. We've got 113 as our winner. Please help me in chat here. Let's see who is closest. 113. Help me out. Scroll up in chat. I'm seeing Sylvia 124. Okay, so like 11 off. Oh, Jamie Lee 110. Oh, she's only 3 off. That's pretty close. Jamie Lee might be our winner. Is anyone closer? I think Jamie Lee is going to be our winner. She was only 3 off at 110. All right. Now I'm seeing Jamie. Elisa is too far off. She's 10 off. Jamie is only 3 off. All right, cool. Well, we're going to give it to Jamie Lee. Congratulations. Go ahead and to claim your prize, shoot me an email at understandingbehaviorofficial@gmail.com and let me know which prize you want. So either Beat the Beast 1, Beat the Beast 2, or the Fluency package. Congratulations. All right, well, enough of that for now. We are going to get into our topic for the evening, which is schedules of reinforcement. Again, I think like the big giveaway is going to be triggered by getting this like counter up. We've got 93 people here, but only 37 likes on the video. So, I mean, when that gets to the number that I'm imagining in my head, and we're going to give away a full super ultimate mock bundle valued at $140. So make sure you hit that like button so we can give that away later. All right, so here's our agenda for today. We're talking basic schedules of reinforcement. We're not going to get into compound schedules of reinforcement, but Molly did review these last week or I think this week in the study hall. So if you want to get a catch up on that, definitely go check that out. I think we've covered that on YouTube as well. So make sure to check those out if you're looking for compound schedules of reinforcement. But we're going to stick with basic schedules of reinforcement tonight. First, we're going to talk about what is a schedule of reinforcement. We're going to talk about how schedules of reinforcement are implemented. Then we're going to talk about what patterns of responding they tend to produce and what these look like on cumulative record graphs. We'll do a little bit of a review on cumulative record graphs. Then we're going to talk about the difference between interval and time schedules. And lastly, I don't know if this is still in this PowerPoint or not, but we may or may not talk about this one, talking about intermittent reinforcement and resistance to extinction. So stay tuned. Going to be super cool. Let's get into schedules of reinforcement first. A schedule of reinforcement is defined as the way that reinforcement is delivered for a behavior based on either the number of responses, time since our last reinforcement, or our stimulus conditions. So let's get into our terminology. When we look at our schedules of reinforcement, similar to how we look at our basic contingencies, I really like to split up each individual word here. So we have fixed and variable. These determine like how often the schedule is going to be implemented. So after, if we have a fixed schedule, it's always going to be after the same amount. So for example, if we had a fixed ratio schedule, it's always going to be, the reinforcement's always going to be delivered after a certain amount of responses. So if we had fixed ratio 2 responses, reinforcer, 2 responses, reinforcer, and that stays the same every time. When we have a variable schedule, this is going to average out to an amount. So for this one, if we had like a variable ratio 2 schedule, sometimes a reinforcer might be delivered after 1 response, sometimes after 3 responses, sometimes after 2, but it's always going to average out to that 2 over many exposures. Next up, let's talk about interval schedules. This is one of the most misunderstood terms on the task list, or TCO now. So let's get this down really carefully. Interval schedules are when we have reinforcement for the first response after a period of time. So for example, let's say we have a fixed interval 1 minute, then any responses that occur before that 1 minute are on extinction. When 1 minute comes, the reinforcer isn't delivered right away. The reinforcement comes for that first response. So let's say they engage in the response at like a minute 5. That means the reinforcer will be delivered at that minute 5 mark, and then we have our interval reset. So it'll be 1 more minute before reinforcement opportunities become available again. So it's not delivered after the time alone. I really need to drill in here for you tonight is that it's for the first response after this period of time. We'll go over that many times tonight. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to look at some examples of some schedules of reinforcement, and what I want you to do is try to label the schedule of reinforcement. So you're going to pick one term out of these two, either fixed or variable, and then one term out of these two, either interval or ratio for these examples. Okay, first one up, about every 3 times that Alex asks somebody out, they successfully land a date. What kind of schedule of reinforcement do we have here? Let's see those answers in chat. Cool. Answers looking good. I see a lot of people using like the shorthand for this, like VR3. That looks good. Cool, yeah, I like Emily's got a good rationale there. Eileen too. Looking good. Yeah, is it Lhasa? Specified some key words there. I like that. Good. Yeah, Mayoni too. All right, yeah, this is looking great, crew. Let's check this one out. So we have a variable ratio 3 here. Most of y'all got that. So we have, it's based on the number of responses. So if you ask more people out, then you have higher chances of getting a date. Kind of makes sense. And then it's after an average amount. So about every 3. So there's a lot of swings and misses here. But the more that they ask out, the more they're going to land our dates. Okay, perfect. Looks great. Let's check our next one. So this one, after 1 to 3 minutes, you can change your channel back to the show that you are watching. So you switched away from it. Now we're looking at the behavior of switching it back. And then it will be back on after the commercial breaks. What do you guys think here? What kind of schedule do we have? Let's see those rationales too. Cool, I like where Eileen's going. And I want you in your rationale, if you're saying just time here, we need a little bit more. So look at our interval definition to help you out with your rationale. It's not just time. There's more than that. We're going to compare time and interval schedules later. But let's get in the hang of it now by really specifying what this interval schedule is, because like I said, this is one of the most missed items on the entire TCO. So let's get it down now. Cool, some good rationales coming through. Brittany getting closer there. Yeah, Emily Eichel, I like where you're going through rationale. It looks great. Yeah, nice, Lisa. So, one thing I wanted to point out here is that does the show just come out automatically if we're like on the wrong channel, or do we have to do something for this behavior? Yay, Brittany, that's awesome. Good. Yeah, there you go, Eileen. Okay. Let's go ahead and discuss this one. Lots of y'all got it right. I wish I saw a few more stronger rationales, but that's okay. Yeah, Dara, that actually looks really good there. So this one is a variable interval 2-minute schedule. So we have like the average between 1 and 3 minutes. So we know it's not fixed. It's not always the same amount. This averages to an amount. So that gets us our variable component. Again, for our interval schedules, we have reinforcement for the first response after the period of time. So again, the show just doesn't come on automatically if we're off the channel. We have to switch it back to the channel where our show is on. That's our response. And then the reinforcement will occur. So it's the first response after our period of time. Yeah, Katie's asking, why is it 2? And yeah, exactly, because it's between 1 and 3, so it's probably going to average out to 2 there if we take the center of that. Awesome. Okay, let's check out our third one. For every 100 packages that the Amazon worker ships, they get a raffle ticket to a drawing for $500. What do you think? Cool. Lisa's fast with a good rationale there. Yeah, Eileen, I like where you're going. Awesome. Is it Bina or Biena? That looks good there. Yeah, Jenny, that looks good. Awesome. Great answers coming through. Love to see the rationales. Yeah, Sylvia, awesome. Matt looks good. Groovy, you guys are killing it tonight so far. Trust me, this presentation does get harder, so make sure you're really tight on these. All right, awesome. Let's go ahead and check this one out. We've got a fixed ratio or an FR 100 schedule here. So it's always going to be after 100 packages. That's our fixed component. So always is the same amount as we have that 100 responses. And then it's based off of the number of responses that they do. So we don't have a time element in this one. It's the more that they do, the more tickets they're going to get. So that is our ratio schedule. All right, looks pretty groovy. Let's check our last one. Anytime you go on Candy Crush and click the daily reward button, you receive a reward and a 24-hour cooldown before you can do it again. So once you do that, it takes 24 hours before that becomes available again. All right, so this might be your redemption opportunity earlier if you didn't get a complete rationale on our second one. Yes, Brittany, I love that. Great. Elisa, when is reinforcement delivered? Good, Lisa's on the right track. Yeah, Eileen, I like where you're going. Yeah, good, Yolanda. So Finn, I might be careful with that one. Yeah, Sylvia's on the right track. Good. I'm liking these interval rationales coming through. Looking groovy. Yeah, Harmony, that looks great. Yeah, Brianna, that looks good. Ooh, Katie G, I would be careful with that rationale. All right. right, let's go ahead and talk about this one. So a lot of y'all got the right answer. Rationales looked a lot better this time. So let's go ahead. This one is a fixed interval schedule. So we have fixed, we're looking at a 24-hour period of time. The reinforcement is provided for the first response after this period of time. So if they've never played the game, they can click it right there. Then it takes 24 hours, and then at the 24 hours, they don't get the reward again. They have to go back. They need to click it once more, and then they get the reward. So let's say like they clicked it like 48 hours after their first one. That means that they would get the first reward. They would get the one 48 hours later for clicking, and then that interval would reset. So it'd be 24 more hours for it to become available again. So again, the reinforcement's not delivered after the time alone. We need that response to occur with our interval schedules as well. Cool. Much better on that one. Let's go ahead and let's talk about cumulative record graphs now. So in a cumulative record graph, it's very similar to a standard line graph. The main difference is that usually like in a standard line graph, we're looking at like how many responses occurred in any given session or any given unit of time. But in a cumulative record graph, we're looking at the total number. So this is going to be the total number for the entire graph and not just what happened on the session. So here are the key features. Again, our y-axis is always going to be the cumulative or total number of responses. Because it's looking at a cumulative number of responses, this graph is never going to go down. So like if you've eaten 50 ice cream cones in your life, like it's never going to decrease. It's never going to be that, no, you've only eaten 45 ice cream cones now. It's like, no, once you've eaten that 50 stat, like you're 50 for life and it's only going to go higher. So the graph will never go down in a cumulative record. Our x-axis is going to be a unit of time, very similar to pretty much every graph that we look at. We also have these things called pips, and these are these little lines that are drawn down, downward from the cumulative record. Does anybody know, like before I reveal this, does anybody know what these pips tell us? I'm gonna throw this on chat first. I'm curious. How many of you guys have heard of pips? And if you know what a pip is, what is a signal? All right, cool. Yeah, looks like Eileen, Mayoni, and Laura are right on track. Yeah, Christine too. Good. Yeah, these look good. So a pip, again, it's like these little short lines from our data path. And this shows when a reinforcer is delivered. So we'll talk about this more in a sec. But notice in this one that we have our pips, they have different amounts of spaces between them. So sometimes we have really short pips, and then sometimes we have really long pips. This is going to be characteristic of a variable schedule. So we don't know necessarily if it's variable interval or ratio yet, but since we can see just the different distances between them, we know that it is variable. All right. So we talked about the individual words and how they relate to how the schedules are implemented. Let's also talk about how these words relate to what kind of responding that each schedule produces. So when we have a fixed schedule, this is going to create responding with post-reinforcement pauses. Post-reinforcement pauses are short little pauses that occur when a reinforcer is delivered. So we can use our pips, and then when we see our pips, we'll usually have a little horizontal part of the graph that shows that there was a pause in responding after the reinforcer was delivered. Our variable schedules are going to create a smoother, more consistent pace of responding. So there's not going to have pauses within these graphs. When we are looking at an interval schedule, typically these are going to produce more slow or moderate rates of responding. So we're going to have a more gradual slope. And then for our ratio schedules, this is going to produce very fast responding, which is going to be a very steep slope. So yeah, Katie's mentioning like she thinks about VR being vroom because it's fast rate of responding, but that's I actually don't really like that because ratio schedules, whether it's fixed or variable ratio, are going to create fast rates of responding. So it's not just VR, it's also FR schedules that are going to create our fast rates of responding. All right, well, let's go ahead and we're going to look at some data paths that are displayed on a cumulative record. And we've got our nice handy chart here if you want to use it to help. If you're feeling really cool and you're like, I know these, then maybe just use it to double check or just don't use it at all. You challenge yourself at the level that you're at right now. We're going to first look at this red data path. So what kind of schedule is being graphed on this red data path? Let's see some answers and rationales in chat. Cool, Catherine, I'm glad you picked that up. We're getting closer to my magic number for our super ultimate mock bundle giveaway, but we've got 100 people here, 58 likes in the video. We're getting closer, but I think we've got a little bit of work to do still. Good, yeah, Carly, I like where you're going there. That looks great. You got half the rationale there. Amy, I double checked that second part. Cool, Adrian, I like where you're going. You got good half there. Yeah, there you go, Amy. Ooh, Brianna, there's some misalignment between your answer and rationale there. Cool, Jamie's on the right track. Yeah, Megan, you got good half of that rationale there. Yeah, Matt, that looks great. Good, nice, Lindsay. All right, let's go ahead and review this one. Our red data path here, this is going to be a variable ratio schedule. So what we have here is our variable. We see a very smooth and consistent pace of responding. So note that this slope is very smooth. There's no pauses where our pips are occurring. And then we have a ratio schedule as well because we see that's a very steep slope. So steep means that there's not very much time passing, but there's lots of responding occurring. So it's not moving very far on our x-axis, but it's moving very far on our y-axis. So this one's going to be our variable ratio. A lot of people also got the variable component by seeing that like these pips have different amounts of distance between them. So this one has like a lot of distance, where this one is like a shorter distance between our pips, and this one's even way shorter than that. So that's another way we can get to variable as well. All right, looks groovy. Let's look at our one right next to it, this periwinkle, yeah, periwinkle data path here. What kind of schedule is being plotted on this one? Cool, yeah, Eileen, I like where you're going. Brittany looks good. Yeah, Lisa, nice and succinct. Dara looks good. Good, yeah, Carly's on it. Cool, Alyssa, yeah, you got half of it there. Cool, Sofan, that's got half of it there. Yeah, Amy, there you go, great. Yeah, Matt looks awesome. Sylvia looks good. Loving all the rationales. Great participation tonight, crew. Keep it up. Yeah, Jamie, I like that. Michelle looks great. Yeah, Harmony looks great too. Yeah, Shinobi, you got half of that there. Kioma also got half of that there. So remember, there are 2 elements to each of these, so make sure your rationale includes explanations for both elements. All right, let's go ahead and check this one out. This one is going to be our fixed ratio. So fixed because we see our responding with post-reinforcement pauses. So we see whenever we have our pips, there is a little horizontal part that shows that there's a little bit of time occurring where there's no responding occurring. And the fixed ratio, this tends to be pretty short overall. Another way we could have got the fixed is if we look at the spacing in between each of our pips, we can see that that spacing is pretty equal throughout all of our different reinforcement deliveries. So that's another good indication of a fixed schedule. And then we know it's a ratio schedule because we see it's a really steep data path here. So again, we see not very much time passes, but lots of responding occurs. That shows us a ratio schedule. All right, looks good. Rationales were a killer on that one. Let's go look at our green data path now. What do we got? Let's see those rationales. Oh man, we're inching towards our giveaway light counter, but I don't know. We might need some push here. We get your other classmates to throw some out. I've done all I can do. If we don't get it, we're not giving away the bundle. But I mean, I'd really like to give it away. It's pretty good stuff. All right, cool. I'm liking the rationales coming in so far. Yeah, Amanda, I like where you're going. Ellie looks great. Yes, Jeanette, I'd love to see that light bulb. Ooh, Harmony, I see a little bit of mismatch in your rationale. Yeah, Amy on the right track. We've got motivation in the chat. That looks good. I like where you're going. Yeah, Rebecca, that looks really good. Jamitha, you got half of it there. Careful, Bianna. There's one part that's a little wonky in your rationale. Cool, yeah, Vijaya's right on the right track. Yeah, Katie G, love it. Looks great. All right. Yeah, Nigat, that looks great too. All right, let's go ahead and check this one out. Our answer for this green one is going to be the variable interval schedule. So variable interval, let's look at the variable part first. So we see responding without any pauses is a very smooth and consistent chart or data path. And then what we see here is that the reinforcers, these pips, also have differing amounts of time spread between them. So we have like a really small distance between these two pips, but then we have a really long distance between these two pips. Now, I saw some rationales were saying that this is looking at the rate of responding is uneven. That is incorrect. No. The rate of responding is very even. That's part of our variable schedule. The reinforcement delivery, that's what's uneven. So yeah, if you said that like the responses were uneven here, that is not true. Our variable creates very smooth, consistent pace responding. It's just that the reinforcer delivery was inconsistent, but that creates smooth responding. Okay, our interval component too is that we see a more gradual slope. So we see that there was a lot of time passing and then we had a few responses occur within that period of time. Compared to our ratio schedules, which were both really steep, where there wasn't much time but there was a lot of responses. These have a lot of time and then like a slow to moderate amount of responses. All right, let's check our last one. Let's see those rationales for the yellow data path. What you guys got? Cool, I'm liking where the answers are going. Yeah, Ellie, that looks good. Yeah, Farah, that looks really good. Yeah, Matt, I like where you're going. Cool, Dara on the right track. Yeah, a lot of people are mentioning like that scallop here. We'll talk more about those scallops later. Good. Yeah, Laura, I like where you're going there. Cool. Looking groovy here, crew. This one is going to be our fixed interval schedule. Lots of people got that correct. Let's go ahead and look at why it's a fixed interval. So first of all, we see responding with post-reinforcement pauses. So we see whenever that there is a pip, that we see that there is a flat part of the graph. So there's a period of time where time is passing, but no behavior is occurring. That occurs after every pip or every reinforcement delivery. And then overall, we see a slower rate of responding, which is characteristic of our interval schedule. So again, we see lots of time passing with just a moderate amount of responding occurring within that large period of time. A lot of people notice this scallop pattern as well. So it kind of looks like fish scales or like fish scallops. We'll talk about that more in just a sec. Okay, this table is pretty cool actually because it's an expansion of the table that we were just looking at, but instead it also contains like the Y components and it shows our different graphs. So fixed schedules tend to create this post-reinforcement pausing because the more consistent schedule, if it's really predictable, it kind of creates like this no rush effect for the organism. So they're not always like super eager, like, yeah, I know when the next reinforcer is going to come, so like I don't need to engage in responding right away once the reinforcer is delivered. So that's why our fixed schedules create that post-reinforcement pause. Our variable schedules create this smoother pace of responding because it's less predictable. So if you don't know like when the reinforcer is going to come, you're just going to like engage in the responding at a steady pace. If it's a variable ratio, it's going to be like a steady and fast pace where like variable intervals like steady and just like, yeah, like I'll just like go every once in a while. These are like my button presses or lever presses here. When we look at our interval schedules, so remember, interval schedules provide a reinforcer for the first response after a period of time. That means when we have a period of time that it's anything before that period of time essentially signals extinction. So if they engage in responses there, it's not going to get reinforced. So faster responding is not always going to increase the amount of reinforcers that they obtain. So it kind of makes sense that they're going to engage in slower responses because like a lot of the time the responding doesn't even give them anything. When we're looking at our ratio schedules, these tend to create very fast rates of responding. Again, we see those steep slopes. And this is because more responses will always result in more reinforcers. So if I have like an FR5 or a VR5, then it's like, yeah, the more I engage in my response, the more reinforcers that I'm actually going to obtain. So really cool chart to kind of like connect everything together here. Not just knowing like the basics of these terms, but actually knowing like in depth, why do these schedules create these different types of responding? And I think it's just really cool because it goes into like the law of effect again, where like behavior is very deterministic. And when we would actually like analyze how these schedules operate and control behavior, then we can get a clear picture about why these patterns are produced and not just knowing and then memorizing them. Cool. I'm glad you like that, Eileen. Awesome. You know, Katarina's asking a question, just saying like, if we have a kiddo in ABA, should we start on a fixed schedule and when should we fade? I think it's a pretty complex question. Like, the typical rule is if you're going to teach a new skill, you want to put it on not just a fixed ratio schedule, but you want to do it on a fixed ratio 1 schedule. So make sure every response is reinforced. And then as they start learning that skill and they become good at it, then we'll fade that out and just provide reinforcement less frequently. There's tons of different ways to do it, but I think knowing how the schedules work is a good way to kind of use those, is a good way to help design like what you should actually do. I see a lot of people like use like interval schedules, like a variable interval schedules for token economies, and like, okay, so like you just want your kid to like engage in responses more slowly. Like, doesn't really make sense for me. So again, it really depends on like what your objectives are. It's not a clear-cut answer. All right, I'm talking about the fixed interval scallop now. So I know a lot of people know this term, but a lot of people don't actually like break it down and discuss what's going on within the scallop. So we're gonna zoom in on one little scallop here. So we've got 2 different pips, and we're gonna start at when this pip is first pip occurs. So when a reinforcer is delivered, we see little to no responding occur. So we have our reinforcers delivered here. We see a nice little pause in responding here. So nothing is really happening. No responses are occurring because it's not moving upward on our cumulative record graph. As time passes within the interval, so as we get farther in time, then we see that responding start to slowly pick up. So it gets a little bit faster, then a little bit more faster, and then even fastlier as we continue here. So it picks up pace as we progress through that interval. when we get to the towards the end of the interval, we actually have responding occur at a really high rate. So it's occurring at a very fast rate until our reinforcer is delivered. And then once the reinforcer is delivered, then we see that pattern reset. So looking at this end of the scallop here, it almost looks like a variable ratio for just to look at like that tiny little part of it. It's like a really, really fast responding is occurring in that component. And it kind of makes sense because let's say this is a 1 minute period and we know the first response after 1 minute is going to get reinforced. Then I'm like, when it becomes like 50, 55 seconds, and yeah, that organism's going to start responding a lot faster. So they hit that, so they get it as soon as possible. And then once they get the reinforcer, then the pattern resets. What's kind of cool and is that you can kind of think about like within any given interval is that we have a discrimination training procedure occurring. So think about if it's been recently reinforced, this is essentially serving as an S delta because it's signaling that no responses are going to get reinforced. Now, as time passes, as we get farther away from when the reinforcer was delivered, this becomes more of an SD, where it's paired with higher likelihood of reinforcement. So, as like if an organism gets really good, if they've been on like the same fixed interval schedule for a long time, our scallops are actually going to like have this line move more to the right here. So like a really advanced like somebody who's very well trained on their fixed interval schedule, their scallops might actually look something like this, where it's like, hey, if this is a 1 minute period, they kind of learn like, yeah, like 58 seconds go by. Like, I know this isn't going to work. So why would I engage in responding here? And in this last 2 seconds, they're like, yeah. And then they get their reinforcer. And then we kind of see that pattern repeat. So these scallops can kind of change a little bit depending on like the experience that the organism has on this schedule of reinforcement. But this is the general pattern that it tends to produce after they learn it a little bit. Cool. Yeah, Emily, I'm glad you like that. Just catching up in chat here. Yeah, Eileen's like comparing a fixed interval to like a report writing. I don't know. I don't think that quite fits, but I would say that's more just like deadline pressure than a fixed interval schedule. Cool. I'm glad you guys like these explanations. Yeah, and like I said, like I really dislike that a lot of like test prep places, they just teach you like the keywords, like no this, that, and then like what happens is that like you guys just don't end up connecting the concepts enough and learning and appreciating like how cool they are. So that's one thing that we really strive to do at Understanding Behavior, and something I'm really passionate about is like behavior analysis is awesome. Like let's actually learn these concepts and know how they work so we can really get like a clear picture and utilize these tools in the most effective ways by knowing like how they generally work. So yeah, if you actually want to learn really cool stuff, you're in the right place. All right, let's keep moving forward. I talked about earlier how it's really important to nail down our interval schedules, and we're also going to talk about the difference between interval schedules and our time schedules. So again, interval schedules, we must have the time elapse and the response occur for reinforcement. So yeah, you need both things to happen. The time must pass, then the response occurs, then it's reinforced. Interval schedules, they can be charted on a cumulative record. We saw that earlier with our scallop pattern, and then our more gradual with our variable interval schedule. Interval schedules are schedules of reinforcement, so they actually do reinforce behavior. What I mean by that is that it's a very clear like response-consequence relationship. So that's what reinforcement is. It's a relationship between a behavior and a consequence, and that does occur with our interval schedules because it's delivered after the behavior and not just time alone. Looking at our time schedules, this is when reinforcers are delivered after a period of time. So these are independent of behavior. This means that it's actually not a reinforcement schedule. So kind of misleading. We call it like a time schedule, but it's actually not a schedule of reinforcement. And that's because there is no relationship between a behavior and a consequence. There's only a relationship between time and a reinforcer being delivered. So again, there's no behavior requirement for a time schedule, so we cannot properly chart these behaviors on a cumulative record graph. Usually when we're using time schedules, this is typically used to satiate an MO to reduce behavior. So if we think about like an NCR procedure, NCR procedures utilize time schedules, and essentially we're just giving them free reinforcers, so they're less likely to engage in behaviors that result in those reinforcers. All right. Yeah, a lot of people are getting that in chat. Like, time schedules go with NCR. They're slightly different. So, like, an NCR is a clinical procedure, and it utilizes a time schedule. But usually, NCR procedures are going to be a little bit more complicated. All right, so in this next set of examples, what we're going to do is we're going to specify if the schedule is looking at a time schedule or an interval schedule. So the main question I want you to ask yourself is the reinforcement delivered after a response? If it is, it's more likely to be an interval schedule. If it's not, there's more likely to be a time schedule. So let's look at this first one. Lexi, my pup, she gets butt scratches from Nick about every 30 minutes. What kind of schedule do we have here? I really just wanted you to focus on if it's interval or time, but if you want to go for the extra challenge, then you can also more specifically label what kind of interval or time schedule that we have here. Awesome. Glad you guys are liking this. Thanks, Karen. Appreciate that. Love the light bulbs here, Elisa. Yeah, Brittany, I like your rationale there. That looks great. Yeah, Adrian, I love the rationale too. Yeah, Amy looks good. Yeah, Carly looks good. I like where we're going. Yeah, Laura, that looks good. Now, don't forget, if you haven't hit that like button yet, we do have this dependent group contingency going on for a free super ultimate mock bundle to be given away. Good, I like that, James. Is it Kia Bray? That looks looking good there. Nigot, final answer. Again, what I really want you to focus on is either interval or time. If you want to solve the rest of the schedule, you're more than welcome to, but not necessary for here. All right, let's check it out. This one is going to be variable time 30 minutes. All right, yeah, Ellie beat the buzzer there. Nice, Sarah did too. Variable time 30 minutes. So Lexi, she doesn't have to do anything. She just like needs to exist and be cute, and then she gets butt scratches. We have the about here switches from fixed to variable because it's not like every 30 minutes on the dot I'm going to like scratch her butt. Just like about 30 minutes is going to average to that. So again, this one is time. Lexi does not need to do anything to get her butt scratches. She just exists and she gets them. So it's not contingent on a response. So it's not an interval schedule. All right, let's go ahead and check our next one. Anytime you go on Candy Crush and click the daily reward button, you receive a reward. The game also tells you how much time remains until midnight when you can receive your reward again. All right, I'm going to up the stakes on this one. So if you get the correct full schedule for this one, you will get 2 guesses in the drawing for the Super Ultimate Mock Bundle that we're about to get away. So again, you need to get the complete schedule. And let's see, I'm gonna require a rationale here too. So you need accurate, full, complete schedule and rationale, and then you get 2 guesses for the Super Ultimate Mock Bundle that we're about to give away. We're upping the stakes here. I'm going to let you guys work. I'm not going to give a whole lot of feedback on this one just because the stakes are so high. I think we probably have another 20 to 30 minutes in this presentation. All right, we'll give you guys some feedback. I'm liking that. We saw a similar example earlier. I'm liking that you guys are seeing the interval component here now. For sure, Brittany. All right, we're going to give you guys maybe 20 more seconds or so here. Again, if you get the full schedule correct with the rationale, you're going to get 2 number guesses for... Actually, I'm going to up it. I mean, you're going to get 3 number guesses for the Super Ultimate Mock Bundle. Again, you need a complete schedule, so you need fixer variable, time or interval, a value, and a rationale. You need to get everything correct. You're going to get 3 guesses for the Super Ultimate Mock Bundle raffle if you get all 3 components. A couple of you guys are getting close. Oh, this is fun, crew. This is fun. All right, 15 more seconds, then we're calling it. Okay. Well, unfortunately, there were 0 individuals that got everything correct here. But I'm going to give Brittany Harris and Hallie Walker. You guys are going to get 2 guesses for the giveaway we're about to do because you guys were the closest. This one is a variable interval 12-hour schedule. So we'll give it to, again, Brittany Harris and Hallie Walker were the two that broke away from the group think here, and we're getting closer to the variable interval schedule. So yeah, this one is variable interval 12 hours. Let's go through it. So this says that the game timer, it resets at midnight. So if you did it at 12:01, then it would be 23 hours and 59 minutes until it would reset. But if you did it at 11:59, it would only be 1 minute until it resets. So if we take all of those numbers and average them out together, that is going to give us to 12 hours. And this is a variable interval schedule because the time, how much time it's going to take for the reinforcement to reset is going to vary depending on what time of day you pick it at. So if it's at noon, you got 12 hours. If you do it at 10 p.m., it's 2 hours. If you do it at 2 a.m., you got 22 hours. So it's all going to average out to 12 there. So yeah, Brittany and Hallie both get double the guesses for our Super Ultimate Mock Bundle giveaway here. So congratulations for that. Why don't we go ahead and my number I was looking for was 75. I almost called it at 69 because why not? It was kind of fun. But we got to 82 now 83. So let's go ahead and let's do our giveaway, and then we'll finish up these questions right afterwards. So again, this is for a Super Ultimate Mock Bundle. This comes with the mini mocks and both mock exams. We'll do 1 to 500 again. And then the closest is going to get the whole entire thing. If your name is Brittany Harris or Hallie Walker, you get 2 guesses. Everybody else just gets 1 guess. Closest number is going to win. If we get a tie, then we are going to do a roll off on it. Again, only 1 guess per person. If your name is not Brittany or Hallie, then you will just be disqualified if you give more than 1, but Brittany and Hallie get 2 guesses each. We're up in the stakes here. The cap is 1 to 500, so if you're guessing outside of that range, you're kind of just throwing your boat. Super Ultimate Mock Bundle on the line. All right, well, how about 10, 15 more seconds and we'll draw our number. All right, let's do it. Our number is 316. Let's see what we got. 316, so we've got Tramiki at 311. That's pretty close. So what else we got here? Is anybody closer? 316. 316. I see. Let's see. I don't know if I see anything closer. Oh wait, we've got Laura at 309. What was the other one? 311. Oh, so close. Yeah, 311's a little closer. I think I'm seeing Tramiki as the winner right now, but please correct me if I'm wrong here. I miss these all the time, so please help. I'm seeing Tramiki might be our winner, though. I know, Laura, you were so close. I know you were messaging me earlier about it. All right, we're going to give it to Tramikia. Congratulations. You just won the Super Ultimate Mock Bundle. Yeah, 320 is a little bit farther. Wait, no. Lisbeth, you were too late. All right, so yeah, we're going to give it to Tramikia. Congratulations. Send me an email at understandingbehaviorofficial@gmail.com and to get your prize. Congratulations. Good stuff here. Stay tuned. We'll probably do one more giveaway. Again, we're up in the giveaways tonight because I'm gonna be out next week. So I think we'll do one more giveaway before the end of this stream. So stay tuned for that. I know, Laura, so close, so close. Okay, we've got 2 more questions on this one. Again, we're looking at interval or time schedules. We've got Paul's teacher lets him go to the bathroom after he asks about every hour. What do you think here? What kind of schedule do we have? Interval or time? If you want to get more specific, that's groovy. But again, we're looking just for that interval or time is what we want to focus on right now. Make sure you get that part right. Let's see those rationales. Let's see those answers. Michaela, why interval though? Okay, yeah, Amy, there you go. Yeah, there you go, Brittany. I love that rationale. So again, both time and interval schedules have time as a part of it. So if that's all you're mentioning in your rationale, it's not enough. Yeah, Ellie, I like that. Yeah, harmony, good. Good, Jeanette. Yeah, LT, right on track. Yeah, nice, James. Good, Emily. Yeah, there you go, Katarina. Looking good here, crew. Katarina, I like your rationale. Did you have an answer there, though? Oh, sorry, I missed it. Oh, yeah, Katarina, I still don't think you specify what kind of schedule, though. Yeah, there you go, Shamira. Cool, there you go. Yeah, Matt's asking a good question. Does it matter if you use hours or minutes here? Nah, like those are interchangeable. As long as you do the conversion right. 60 minutes to an hour, same thing. All right, let's go ahead and check this one out. For this one, we have a variable interval 60-minute schedule. Lots of great rationales came through for this one. So you can say 60 minutes or 1 hour. Both are correct here. Yeah, for this one, he does have to actually ask to go to the bathroom, and then it's only reinforced about every hour. So the about here changes it from from fixed to variable, and then since it's contingent on the response, then it's going to make this an interval schedule. All right, let's go ahead and check out our last one. Brooke gets beeped at by her car every 3 seconds until she puts on her seatbelt. For this one, we're asking about the schedule that involves the delivery of beeps. So this one, do we have an interval schedule or a time schedule? So again, we're focusing on the delivery of beeps for this one. Bonus question, if you want to answer it, what's the schedule for plugging in the seatbelt? So I want you to focus mainly on what's the schedule for the delivery of beeps, so interval or time. And then bonus question is, what is the schedule for plugging in the seatbelt? Good. Yeah, Laura, I like where you're going. Hallie looks good. Yeah, Emily, that looks really good too. Cool. Nice, Katarina. Cool. So again, we're looking at the schedule for the delivery of the beeps. Bonus question, if you want to go for it, is what is this schedule that involves plugging in the seatbelt? Aha. I see one really good answer here. Yeah, Kioma, I like where you're going. Ellie, variable what there? Nice, Eileen. All right, big shout outs to Sylvia, LT, Karen Morrison, and Eileen. Got the bonus here. Way to go. Our schedule that we're looking at, so again, we are focusing on the delivery of beeps. These are delivered on a fixed time 3-second schedule. So no matter what happens, every 3 seconds, she hears that beep. 1, 2, 3, beep. 1, 2, 3, beep. So it's not contingent on any behavior, it's just happening. The bonus question we were asking, what is the schedule for her plugging in her seatbelt? The bonus question, the answer is FR1. So as soon as she plugs in that seatbelt, we see negative reinforcement occur where it is beeping. She plugs in her seatbelt. Now she doesn't hear those beeps. It happens on the very first response. No time is required. It's just immediately removed when she engages in that behavior. So yeah, if you got that bonus, I saw a few people got it there. Congratulations, you rule. You're learning this tonight. If you didn't, hopefully you're learning from, anyway. Sometimes we learn best from our failures. All right. It's quiz time. We've got some questions for you. The first one is a write-out question. I told you this was coming back. When is a reinforcer delivered on an interval schedule? Let's see those answers. This is a write-out one. No multiple choice here. When we get to the end of the quiz, we'll do one more giveaway for, we'll do a Beat the Beast or Fluency package. Your choice if you're the winner. So don't leave yet. All right, people saying after the first response, it's not enough. After the time has elapsed, not enough. We need to put these things together. Yeah, Brianna, I like where you're going. Yeah, Matt looks good. Yes, Eileen, killing it. Tiffany looks good. I like it. Megan, little wonky, but you're getting close. Yes, Katarina looks great. Adrian looks great. Yes, Susie looks great. Christina might be needing a little bit more there. Amanda, we need a little bit more there. Yeah, Jamie looks great. Lindsay looks great. All right, there's a lot. I don't think I can read them all. There's a lot of good ones coming through. We're going to go on this, guys. The answer is after the first response after a period of time. So, again, we need to see that time elapse, and then the response occurs, and then there's another reinforcer, and then the reinforcer is delivered, and the interval resets. So again, time passes, then the response occurs, then the reinforcer is delivered, and their interval resets. Looks good. Nice job there, crew. What kind of schedule produces fast rates of responding? We'll go a little faster on these. Oh, we're a little split between B and C right now. Uh-oh. Katarina's got rationale, but I don't see an answer. B or C? Ten more seconds. I think that vroom trick is holding some people back here. Answer here is C. This is a ratio schedule. So on ratio schedules, when it's based off of number of responses, then they're going to engage in more responses for reinforcers, not necessarily variable. Again, ratio is the key element for fast rates of responding. Careful. I think a lot of people holding on like the vroom tactic for fast responding. It's holding them back here. So instead of vrooming you forward, it's actually holding you back. It's based off of number of responses. Ratio means fast. That's why it's really important to get these individual terms down and not just the full schedules. All right, let's check our next one. What kind of schedule produces a post-reinforcement pause? I know, shortcuts will do that. You think it's speeding you up, it's really holding you back. I think that was my study tip of the week this week. Is like holding on to too many shortcuts and not fully understanding concepts. This is a great presentation to really hammer that one in. All right, answer's looking pretty good on this one. We'll give you all like 10 more seconds. Yeah, Eileen, that would be one pattern. Do you know the other pattern? Ooh, Ash, I need a one-word answer here. Yeah, there you go, Eileen. All right, cool. This one is going to be A, our fixed schedule. So fixed schedules where it's fixed ratio or fixed interval is going to have that post-reinforcement pause after our reinforcers are delivered. All right, how about this next one? What kind of schedule produces a consistent rate of responding? Or we might even think about this as a smooth rate of responding. What do y'all think? All right, sweet. Answer's looking good here. Eileen, I like the backup there. Yeah, Amy looks good. LT's asking if it, like, smooth means the same as steady state. It's kind of tricky. I guess yeah, I think I would use steady rate instead of steady state. I think is a better term. It's like steady rate. I think that would describe it a little bit better. All right, answers look good here. This one is going to be our variable schedule. You can just produce that really consistent, smoother pattern of responding. You can also think about this as like responding without pausing. That works for these schedules. Cool, cool, cool. So yeah, steady rate. So steady rate would apply to both ratio and interval schedules. Doesn't matter here because both are like creating that very smooth rate. So that means like the same amount of responding per unit of time is occurring. So that's what we mean by that. All right, let's check out this next one. What kind of schedule averages out the number of responses or interval length between reinforcements? Yeah, I guess steady state kind of works. Yeah, so we have time in our cumulative records. Remember, our x-axis looks at time. Cool, cool, cool. Let's take maybe 15 more seconds here. All right, like the answers here. This one is again variable. So variable, it averages out. It could either average out the number of responses, as in our ratio schedule, or it could average out that interval length between reinforcements. That's going to be like our variable interval. But both would be variable. All right, how about this next one? What kind of schedule produces slow to moderate rates of responding? If we have a variable schedule, the responding is going to be even, but the pips are not going to be even. The pips or the reinforcement deliveries, that's what varies. Yeah, nice, Eileen. I like connecting that rationale there. All right. We're a little split on this one, too. Yeah, Laura, house is divided here for sure. All right, let's check it. This one is going to be D, the interval schedule. So remember, interval schedules have that long period of time where no reinforcement is available. So this is going to produce our slower rates of responding in general. Remember, fixed is more about pauses in responding. Interval is more about our slow rate. So you can also think about like these two determine the rate of responding. So ratio is fast, interval is slower. These are going to look at like the pattern. So fixed is with pauses, variable without pauses, or smoother. All right. What does a steep slope indicate on a cumulative record graph? I'm liking it. I'm liking it. Cool. Looks groovy here. This one is going to be our fast responding. So steep means not much time passing, but lots of responding occurring on our y-axis. All right, we're gonna skip through the graph ones. I feel like you guys know these. Oh, I did want to get this question. I think this is gonna be our last one. When we're looking at the fixed interval scallop, what is happening near the end of an interval? Yeah, cool. I'm liking the rationales coming through. Ash and Adrian, those look great. Yeah, Carly, I like that. Nigot too, looks good. Good, Laura. Yeah, I'm glad to hear that, Jenny. Our teaching that sticks. We like that. Yeah, cool, Farah. Paella looks good. All right, loving it, crew. This one is going to be our fast responding. If we're to look again at our scallop, we see towards the end of the interval, it's actually a really steep we see some really steep. Let me get my right tool. There we go. Oh, we see really steep slope here, which means we have really fast responding occurring. Then once the reinforcer is delivered again, then we see that immediately pause. All right, awesome, awesome, awesome. Well, if you haven't checked out our materials yet, make sure you go to understandingbehavior.shop to get the best mock exams around. Hopefully, I've shown that like I kind of know myself a little bit. But before we end tonight's presentation, as promised, we'll do one more giveaway. So again, if you're the winner of this one, you'll get your choice of either Beat the Beast 1, Beat the Beast 2, or the fluency question. So I already see some numbers going in. So let's go do that. We'll do 1 to 500 again. Our last giveaway of the evening. No t-shirts. I have to like pay to ship those. I don't like. I hate going to the post office, so or the UPS store. So don't make me give away shirts. But and also we don't have all of our sizes left for shirts. But if you do really want a shirt, we've got I think one small left, and then we've got a bunch of like we have a lot of large, a couple XLs, and then some 2XLs. Pretty awesome. These shirts are super soft and cozy. You can choose to tank yours up, like I tank all my shirts up or not. Our merch package comes with a couple stickers and some pins too. Super cool stuff. See, Karen says very comfortable, soft too, so it's not just my word. Yeah, Crystal wore hers to the gym today. Hell yeah, I love that. And yeah, just a reminder, I will not be on stream next week. I'll be on vacation, so not doing this stuff. But Crystal and Molly will still be doing their groups on Wednesday, and so make sure you show up to those. I'll send like some automatic emails, so you'll get like Nick from the past when you receive my emails. I guess. All right. A few more seconds, we'll pull this number. All right, Brittany, order it fast. Lisbeth, you think you're the winner? We haven't even drawn the number yet. This was the last number. All right, well, let's go ahead and draw it. Yolanda's going to be our last guess here. Our number is 16. Oh, really low tonight on this one. Amy at 17. Oh, my gosh. I don't think anybody's going to be closer to that. Let's see, though. Amy SR at 17. We had 16. Oh, Adrian had 18, but still Amy is closer. All right, we're giving it to Amy. Congratulations. One away there. Again, send me an email at understandingbehaviorofficial@gmail.com, and we'll hook you up with your choice of product there. So, yeah, let me know which product you want. Beat the Beast 1, 2, or the fluency questions. And congratulations. All right, well, I'm going to miss you guys next week. It's super fun hanging out with y'all. Thanks for all the amazing participation tonight. You guys were really on fire and focused tonight. I love to see that. Keep crushing all of your exam stuff. Yeah, check out all of our products. Download the Understanding Behavior app. And yeah, I hope you guys have a great 2 weeks, and I'll see you the Thursday after this next one. And yeah, keep crushing it out there, crew. Go, if you're taking the exam soon, go pass, and I'm rooting for you wherever you're at. And yeah, go kill it out there. Yay, thanks so much, everybody. All right, have a great night. Shoot me an email if you won stuff tonight, and we'll get you hooked up. Keep crushing it. Keep hanging out in the Power Preppers group. Keep plugging away at fluency quizzes and mini mocks on the app. And have a great couple weeks, and I will catch you all soon. Take care, everyone. Bye.